So yesterday we were looking at series and how you use difference in order to produce equations. And that's very straightforward as long as the difference stops very quickly. So we looked at this kind of example, and you put that difference in front of an n, and then to find the first value you just take that difference away from that number. So that one would be plus 2. Absolutely straightforward. That plus 2 is because it's 7 minus 5. And that's just swimming back up the straight line. But what about these ones? Now, you probably recognise these. These are the square numbers. What happens if you take the difference? Well, the difference between those two numbers is 3. The difference between these two numbers is 5. The difference between these two numbers is 7. The difference between these two numbers, you've probably got it, is 9. And the difference between these two numbers is, of course, 2. And the difference between these two numbers is 2. And the difference between these two numbers is 2. And the rule is, if it stops in 2, so that's your first difference, your second difference, it will always be in the form of an squared plus bn plus c. Okay? We'll come back another time to working out how to work out the a, b's and c's values. We'll do that another time. There's quite a simple formula, but you need to just follow a bit of maths to get there. And I just want to introduce the idea of difference at the moment. So that seems to be pretty easy. But what about these numbers? Do you know those numbers? The cubics. The difference between those two is, of course, 7. The difference between those two is 19. The difference between those two is take away 30 and add 3. The difference between these two is starting to get big. So big, I might need to work it out like that. Is it 61? We'll soon find out if I'm wrong. I think that's right. Okay. Take those two differences, and what do you get? You get a difference of 12. You take these two differences, and what do you get? You get take away 20, which would give you 7. You get 18. Can you see a pattern? You take away these two differences. I can't do that straight away in my head, not early on a morning. It's Sunday morning when I'm doing this. Maths gets a little bit more ropey on a Sunday morning. It always used to when I was properly teaching as well. 4 to 24. There we go. And so you can see the sequence. What's it doing? Going up in 6s. And that's because it comes ultimately from a sequence that looked like n cubed plus bn squared, etc. And it gets progressively harder to work out these values. But you can work out what's happening. Tomorrow I'll look at these.